Is this a show car?
It's my show car. Sure.
What's up, guys? Chen here. We are at Fuel Fest in West Palm Beach. We got HondaPro Jason here. I haven't seen you in a while. Last time I saw you, we were on an epic cruise.
Yes.
Right? All northeast?
Yeah, like Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey. It was pretty incredible.
We had a chance to drive Pocono Raceway, which was awesome. We drove through Manhattan with these cars, with your car.
Yep.
And I was borrowing a 90 Supra. I'm not exactly sure whose it is, but I definitely drove it hard and I enjoyed it. We love working with other YouTube channels. We love featuring other people that have amazing channels, but we also love Hondas. Some of our most viewed videos, in fact, our top video that has the most views was when we went to Spoon in Japan. Everybody loves Hondas, especially the people that watch our channel. So I really wanted to feature your car and I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to do so. Tell me about this vehicle.
So a little bit about this vehicle. It's a 2017 Honda Civic Type R. I bought the car in crystal black because there was no Phoenix Yellow. And those of you that know Civic Type Rs know that Phoenix Yellow is like the pinnacle color for Type Rs. Honda decided not to do Phoenix Yellow the first year, so I decided to paint my own car Phoenix Yellow. But I wanted to do it right. So every nut, bolt, washer, all the panels, all the glass, everything completely came off the car. It was an 8-month project to paint this car. And when I did it, the car had about 3,000 miles. It was brand new.
Wouldn't it have been easier just to find a Phoenix Yellow car?
So they didn't make one.
Oh,
Honda didn't make a Phoenix Yellow that year at all.
Got it.
In fact, Honda didn't make a Phoenix Yellow until the very last year of production when, ironically enough, they built an exact replica of this vehicle and called it the Special Limited, or the Limited Edition. So the Civic Type R Limited Edition is essentially built off of this idea of the FK8 in Phoenix Yellow.
Essentially, you had to rebuild the car.
I took the car apart, rebuilt the entire car. Well, I didn't do it. Kurt's Customs out in Missouri did it, but they essentially rebuilt the entire vehicle. And then I went with really an OEM Plus type build. There were certain things I wasn't crazy about the car. If you guys know Civic Type Rs, this rear area is usually solid, looks like a fake vent. I made mine real vents.
A lot of these manufacturers, unfortunately now, for whatever reason, they think we like these fake vents. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. It might just be a production thing.
Unfortunately, behind you, like I'm a big A90 Supra guy. You know, I love them, but that one is the worst offender. I feel like it has the most amount of fake vents. You know. Oh, there's 2 of them right there.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But yeah. With that said, I'm actually glad that you're going and you're fixing what they couldn't do on the OEM side. This is actually functional then, right?
It is somewhat functional, yes. It is somewhat functional because it does let air escape, which is nice.
Yeah, because you see on a lot of the old drag Hondas, they drilled a bunch of holes into the bumper.
Right in the rear bumper?
Because it acted like a parachute.
This is a Mugen spoiler. So this Mugen spoiler, ironically, is funny because I contacted Mugen about it and they said, we don't make one for the FK8s. I said, but you make one for the hatchback. They said, yes. I go, it should fit. Like, well, try it out. So sure enough, it fit and has carbon fiber inlay, which is nice.
So this is actually, the whole thing is carbon fiber?
No, just the inlay here.
Just
the inlay there. This is
it.
actually not carbon fiber.
I really like the fact that it continues this roof line.
Yes, they did a really good job.
Because traditionally it's just like a little slat here.
Right.
That kind of continues it, but it just stops abruptly, right?
Right. Now this continues it all the way down. I mean, Mugen's always good with their aero and their design, so this is obviously a really good piece. I replaced the roof with carbon fiber. So we had to cut the old roof off the car, off my brand new car, and replace it with a piece of carbon fiber. So this is a Sabon carbon fiber replacement. It's not an overlay, it's not a wrap.
Wow, that is incredible.
It's a beautiful piece.
I really like the OEM Plus theme that you have going. Yeah. I mean, the thing about this FK8, when it first came out, everybody looked at it and they're like, it's so wild.
Right. There's
just so many crazy things. It's like a Lamborghini Civic, right? But you're taking it to the next level and actually replacing parts with premium materials. I guess just bringing it to that next level.
Yeah, I wanted to make it my own. I really wanted to build the car the way I thought Honda should have done it with a couple of changes. Here's another piece here. So this is just an add-on piece that Honda didn't have on the car. If you've noticed other FK8s, this just stops abruptly. And Honda says they did this. If I open up the door, you can see it a little bit better, Larry. Look, from over here. Honda says they did this for aero. This actually pushes more weight down on the rear, which could or could not be true, but I just think it looks so much better and so much finished with this piece on it.
Yeah, this actually continues the body line.
Coming across this, I mean, little things, that the spoon mirrors, and then on the side there, so they're blue tinted. and they're convex, so you can see a little bit more out of them.
That is so cool.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
And then this here, so I painted the mirror gloss black to match this and this, because this here was not gloss from the factory. This was like a matte, unfinished, unpainted, and it just didn't work. So I just glossed everything to make it flow a little bit easier. New side markers. In fact, I just put these in today, just put those in yesterday. These are so cool. So in Hondas, these don't blink at all. They're just side markers. They just turn on. Now.
Oh, that is so cool.
Right?
So these are aftermarket.
There's our aftermarket from Unity. Unity Performance sent me up with those. They're nice. In fact, we just installed them yesterday. I can't forget about the Titan 7 wheels, though.
Oh, these are
Before
so
we
nice.
go anywhere.
These are so
Yeah, those
nice.
are completely custom wheels. They're 19s, and up until a while ago, they never made 19s in that style, and I absolutely love them. I think the bronze against the yellow works really, really well. And then they're upgraded brakes, but they're Honda brakes. So Honda did an upgrade in 2020 to a two-piece rotor instead of the vented rotor they had before. So now they have a two-piece rotor, which are upgraded.
So you have Yokohama tires up front.
Yeah.
Fleva 5. How much power is this making?
455 to the wheels.
How are you not blowing off the tires in third gear?
It's tough to get traction, for sure. Honda has a really good traction system that I'm using, but it's still really tough.
The thing I really like about this build, it reminds me of those EK, EG builds,
Sure.
EF builds that have those things where you make changes and for a normal person like myself who's not, I don't know so much about Hondas like
Right.
yourself, I would think that it looks cool, but I don't know the difference. But you've made all these subtle changes that make it your own, you know? I think that's
Exactly.
so
That's the
cool.
idea.
I love that.
Speaking of the upgrades for the 2020 that Honda did, Honda also changed these front pieces. These used to just be one piece of solid nothingness, and now they put this little hockey stick in there, so upgraded it from the 2017 to 2020 look. And then these are Honda Access from Japan fog lights. So I think the yellow looks, the amber light looks really good with the yellow as well.
It's interesting because this is one of the first Civic Type Rs. Is it the first Civic
It's the
Type
first
R?
one that ever came to the US.
So
it's,
now it's getting to the point where a lot of these manufacturers, they're making these specialty cars that we sought after for so long
I know, right?
in the US.
Yeah.
Now the US has them also, but there's still Japanese versions of things that we want on these cars.
there's always pieces that we always want, the JDM pieces or Euro pieces that we don't have here. So finding them is part of the fun, you know, finding them and seeing if they'll fit or maybe making small modifications so they will fit, which is really, really cool, I think.
Is this lip special?
No, that's factory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kept it because it is factory. I didn't want to go anywhere else with it. I thought it looked really good. So let's get into the engine bay. So these pieces here, these are from Europe. These are Honda pieces from Europe that come standard on the Honda Civic models. And without this, there's no liner. So you literally see inside the fender. It looks very unfinished. So again, just finding pieces from other countries, possibly from Honda again, and they bolt right in. There's one here and one here.
It makes me wonder why they did that in Europe and not in the US
So
or Japan.
Honda says it was just for cost. When this car first came out, Honda thought it was overpriced. Honda thought that there was no way someone was going to buy a Civic for $36,000. So in fact, this car came out originally as a touring edition, which is Honda's top of the line. And there was a base edition scheduled to come out. So there was going to be two Civic Type Rs, a touring and a base. But because the touring did so good and dealerships were getting, you know, $5,000 or $10,000 over sticker for them, Honda scratched the idea of doing a base because what was the need anymore?
I don't think anybody's ever paid $36,000 for this car.
Well,
I mean,
good
that
point.
sounds like a discount.
And you look at any other manufacturer, this is its 5th year in production. After 5 years, you still can't buy them from MSRP. You can't do that with Porsche or any of the cars. They eventually discount them.
It's even gone up since
Somewhat.
you know, the shutdown. They've even been more scarce. Part of it, honestly, also, and you can speak to this, I'm sure, you know, people like us, we've become of age where we grew up watching videos of the Civic Type R, Integra Type R in Japan,
Yeah.
but we've never ever had a chance to own
Right.
one before. But now that we're of age and we're working,
We have a little bit of money.
Yeah, and we
It's
want
perfect timing.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
want something nice for ourselves. This is the exact car.
So the engine is a K20 C1, so it's a Civic Type R engine. It's a 2-liter turbo. That's how they came from the factory, 306 horsepower. And so again, I wanted to do upgrades that were OEM plus upgrades and maybe a little bit more. So these turbos are manufactured by Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi came out with an upgraded turbo just for this car. So I'm running Mitsubishi's upgraded turbo, still keeping it slightly OEM. I'm running a Honda computer, Flash Pro, along with an upgraded fuel system, upgraded injectors, allowing me to run E85. So their car is fully capable of running full E85, which is great. And it's 455 wheel horsepower.
And then you could just go to the gas station, put in E85, and then just change the tune right off the bat.
It automatically changes for me. I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is just put the gas in, the computer takes care of everything.
Because at some points, let's say if your car's not completely empty, there's still gonna be some 93 in there.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of people do it, like at the very beginning I did a flex fuel. So I did a mix, but now I can run almost full E85 on this vehicle, which is amazing. So then just little bits, the e-Venturi intake, it's carbon, it looks amazing.
They always make really nice product.
Their
that's
products,
like OEM looking,
yes.
But it's premium materials.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then just going through, I have the Acuity reverse flow radiator hoses. So these actually go in reverse. So the bottom is the top and the top is the bottom. And the idea is to get better cooling throughout the system, which is nice. Rampage inlet, it looks good. It also flows a little bit nicer, and that's full titanium. Dream Automotive downpipe.
That's super cool.
Yep.
You got a heat shield.
The heat shields, the spoon valve cover. So I was actually at Spoon US out in Orange talking to Aaron and Tommy, and they said, you don't have a spoon valve cover, would you like one? I go, yeah, I would like one, but I just don't want you just to put one on for me. They're like, no, 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 we're gonna validate it with the spoon sticker. So this is an official spoon valve cut. And the only way you can get these stickers is if they install it for you. So I'm pretty proud of that as well.
So I've only featured one other FK8, and that was the spoon one, that one 25 Hours of Thunder Hill.
Sure, the one from SEMA and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to shoot that at Super Lap Battle last week.
Yeah.
Beautiful car. A little bit unobtainable and maybe not as relatable as this build, but still very aspirational. You know?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. I love what they did with it, and congrats to the team for everything they've accomplished with that build. It's amazing. Motor mounts are Sport. This mount and then the dog bone mount underneath to keep everything more stable. 271 upgraded intercooler, along with PRL piping to make sure, because the piping is very soft from the manufacturer. And when you're pushing more boost, that could collapse or come undone.
So easily over 150 more wheel horsepower, maybe more, huh?
Oh yeah, so from 3.0, over 150 more wheel horsepower. And this car is no slouch from the factory. I mean, 306 is very well balanced. I just wanted, as an enthusiast, I wanted a little bit more.
Well, you wanted to be able to be on the freeway and just roll on it and you just light up the tires.
And any gear. I mean, 6th gear, I roll on it and I just move.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
It looks really good. I love it so much.
Thank you.
And like you said, the OEM Plus thing, especially if Honda never painted a car this color, this would be just pretty much one off. Huh?
Yeah, which I think is great. So to make sure that everyone knew that this was a custom color, if you take a walk over here, I had all the stickers removed and replaced. The only sticker I couldn't have removed and replaced was the VIN sticker in here.
Yeah.
So I had one custom made, and everything is exactly the same as the manufacturer, except for right here where it says Y56 HPJ. HPJ are my initials. Y56 is a color code for Phoenix Yellow.
That is incredible. The great lengths you went through just to change all that stuff.
So Honda did not put any real carbon fiber parts in the car. All the carbon fiber was a plastic faux look carbon fiber. So I decided to replace all the carbon fiber inside with real carbon fiber. So this piece here is real carbon fiber now from Pegasus Carbon up in Canada. So this is a real carbon fiber piece. We just replaced it. It is not an overlay, it's a replacement piece. That piece on the door, Larry, is also a replacement piece. That's not an overlay. And then there's the other pieces inside the interior that are also replaced.
So what you've done, it's kind of crazy. You've justified the price of this car. Let's say with dealer markup now, who knows? Some people I've heard pay what, $50,000 for this
50 or
car?
60.
Yeah, 50 to 60,000.
Yeah.
So it should have came like this.
That's what
for
I always,
$60,000.
I always said that. I think if Honda would have known that they could have gotten so much for the car, they would have made things real carbon fiber.
Yeah.
They would have made the front, seats match the back seats. Who knows? They could have done all-wheel drive. I mean, there's so many things they could have done for that amount of money.
Yeah, but with that said, it seems like you're having so much fun doing all this stuff too. Yeah.
It's a blast. Just all these little things. So this piece here used to be the hard plastic. And I just didn't think it matched up against this, which originally was the Alcantara. So I replaced these pieces here so it just flows nice and evenly.
Yeah, this is so nice.
It's
it
a nice
matches
piece.
really nice.
It does. They did a really good job.
Yeah, and I see you have some craziness going on here.
So what we did here is Acuity made me a full shifter assembly. So they sell this full shifter assembly, but no one ever sees it. So they cut this out for me and made this, seeable, so you can actually see through it, and you can actually see the assembly now and see all the workings inside, which you couldn't do before.
Traditionally, a lot of people with race cars, they would run something like this, and you wouldn't have any of this interior stuff in it.
Sure.
But actually, it looks super cool. The mechanical.
Right, and you get to see everything.
Yeah. Huh.
Now, the only other interior piece that was carbon fiber, or not carbon fiber, but fake, were the seat backs.
Yes, I saw you posted this on Instagram. This actually kind of blew me away.
And this is an overlay. This is not a replacement seat, but it is a absolutely gorgeous piece, again, from Pegasus Carbon up in Canada.
But it's real
carbon fiber. Yep.
It looks so good.
It looks amazing.
See, this is how it should have come from the factory.
Man, I agree 100%.
I can't believe how well it fits too with this material. So again, justifying that price, $60,000.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you've done, and I love it so much. I think it's amazing. It's great. Tell me about the exhaust real quick.
So the exhaust is an AWE exhaust from Pennsylvania, and I like it because it's, again, OEM plus. A little bit better flow, but still keeps the 3 tips design, which I like the 3-tip design a lot, because that's how Honda did it, so I want to keep that idea.
I think it looks good too. It matches the rest of the car.
I think so too.
Let's
Doesn't
hear
stick
it.
out. Yeah, for sure.
VTEC Turbo.
That's the other thing. That VTEC Turbo sticker, guess what? Never came on the car. That sticker came on cars in Canada only. It's a laminated sticker, so they're not individual letters. It's one piece of plastic, and it only came in the cars in Canada. Why does Canada get cooler stuff than us sometimes? I'm not sure. But I ordered it through a Canadian dealership and stuck it on. It looks perfect.
Just that amount of effort for you to get a sticker from another country, it's so crazy that we finally get the Civic Type R.
Yeah.
But it's still different in some ways, in little ways. But it just makes it special for you to find that difference and then just put things on to your liking. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's interesting how Honda and other manufacturers make different parts and different features for different countries. In Europe, we have a cup holder in our back seat. Europe doesn't have a cup holder. Now, it's still a 2+2. So if you look in the back seat, there is no third seat. So it's only a 2-seater back there. So why would Europe delete that cup holder if no one can sit there anyway? I have no idea. But Europe has no cup holder and we have 2.
I think Europeans smoke in their car. They don't drink in their
That's
car.
why we drink. Yeah, we need room for our super big gulps.
Super big gulps. All right, I'm gonna. Second gear is useless. Third gear is almost useless. This is crazy. Fourth gear, it pulls so hard.
And again, this is pump gas. And it's really, though, I wish there was like a screen you could turn on. Once you turn for the first time in this car at any sort of speed, you're like, wow, like this is all-wheel drive. No, it's not as front-wheel drive, but it handles like an all-wheel drive car.
That's why it's doing so well at
track.
time attack, track days, HPDs. It's incredible. It's so mild-mannered when you're just driving it slow. I always dreamed about what it would be like to have a front-wheel drive this powerful. Like, it's one of the fun things for me to do when playing like racing sims. I love building these crazy front wheel drive cars and just kind of playing with the throttle and seeing how much I can actually handle. But this is like that in real life.
Cool.
Just the sound and even just partial boost. It's so oh my god, I can't believe how good it is. It's incredible. You built this monster.
Thank you.
So can you go wider on the front tires?
Yeah, so the Advan 008s that I used to run, I happen to be out of them when I needed them to be replaced, so they replaced them with these. So the Advans are a little bit wider, and I can go a little bit wider with it, and that's going to give you a little bit more grip.
I feel like you need to run like 50 treadwear tires on the street to get any sort of traction. I just like short shifting.
Yeah.
And I'm just like just flooring it just to hear the turbo noises.
Sure.
Incredible. And I don't even need to heel toe, right? Because
no, it automatically does
it for you.
Automatically does it for you.
How often do you take this to track days?
Not often enough. It's probably been to 5 or 6 track days, and a lot of those I wasn't even the driver. Aaron drove the car to track day. Nick from Also Sick drove it. Peter Cunningham from Real Time Racing.
No way.
Twice drove it.
Peter
Twice drove my car.
He is
scared the piss out of me.
He is the Pikes Peak monster.
Bro,
that
he's
guy.
an animal.
He is.
He's a 60-year-old
Living legend.
Yeah.
Love photographing him.
Oh,
love
sure.
seeing him drive.
Yeah.
Especially when he's whipping around those vehicles up Pikes Peak, those all-wheel drive Acuras, and it's just getting sideways, getting squirrely. It's super cool to see.
Crazy part is on the street, he drives a very similar way. Like we've taken a couple drives together, just like him and I just hanging out, whatever, and he drives pretty aggressively, which is fun.
This is so cool. What a crazy front wheel drive vehicle.
Thank you.
I'm just so happy that it's a modern car.
Yeah.
Built by Honda, still in production.
Yeah.
And it's this visceral and this amazing.
Awesome.
On top of that, this shifter is crazy. There's no play whatsoever at all.
The acuity shifter, yeah. I don't even know if I think we talked about it a little bit. It's so aggressive.
Another crazy thing is a lot of times when you go with a shifter like this, it makes a lot of mechanical noises.
Okay.
And it's too noisy for daily driving use. I didn't hear anything at all with this.
No, I've never had a shifter like this. I know you drive a lot of different cars, so that's good to hear.
Yeah, no, it's great. Really, cool. Really, they did a really good job. So what's next for this build?
I knew you were going to ask me that. So I have on order right now a rear seat delete. So it's a company out of Germany, and they make a kit that deletes the rear seat. So we take out the rear seat. They make a netting made out of seat belts. You can pick your color and your stitching. Then there's a carbon fiber bar that goes across to hold those in place. And then a really nice carpeted, thick, custom floor mat that goes over the floor of the car. I never have my family in the car. It's just me. I would have preferred no back seat whatsoever, but that wasn't a choice I had. So I'm going to delete it, again, making the car the way I thought Honda should have done it. So that's what's next.
I can't wait to see that. Are you going to build an Integra Type R, you think?
So this is what I'm doing. My next step, I have on order a new Civic Type R. I'm going to pick it up at LA Honda as soon as it comes out. I'm going to keep that car until the Integra Type S comes out.
Type S, that's right.
Yep. Never told anyone this before, but there is a rumor that the Integra Type S might be all-wheel drive.
Ooh.
If it is all-wheel drive, then I will upgrade from the Type R to that car. If it's not, I'll probably keep the Type R because it's an amazing vehicle.
Very cool. Well, I appreciate you showing us this build.
Oh, thanks for looking at it.
It really is inspirational. You know, these are the kind of builds that I love so much because it's personal to you.
Yes.
And it's obtainable, relatable, and it inspires other people to build like this. Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys.